Hello, and welcome to another episode of Min's Minute Modcast with his mates. Hey, Satya and Mo.
Hello.
Okay, right, we've got a fun-packed show for everyone today. I'm going to show one of the tools that we use for some of the editing for this podcast, and particularly the YouTubes that we create. And I thought I'd just use that example that you mentioned of Daniel Priestley, and when he was on for Diary of a CEO for like 3 hours, it's like, okay, that's a long time. I saw Elon Musk did one with Joe Rogan, which was about that much, but some of them were like 6 hours and stuff. And it's like, okay, you can kind of have it in the background, but just give me the salient points, right? And I'm done with it. And so let me share my screen and I'll show you one of the tools I've been using, which is awesome. So it's called Note. Everything's GPT right at the end of it. And in essence, what you can do is you can copy in text or upload a document and it'll do all that summary stuff. But here I've just gone in and this is the link to that YouTube video, the Diary of a CEO one. And when I click on summarize, I'll go through whatever that was and start to summarize that. Let's see how it does that. Right. So maybe I should have picked a slightly shorter one, like one of our own podcasts, but here we go. There we go. So it's got that. Not only does it do the transcription, which you can then obviously put into Notebook LM and get it to do its own podcast on the podcast. Here we go. So it's done the summary. Here's my highlights. Here's the insights. I mean, just read this for 10 minutes, right? And you're done. But then you can do the AI chat with it as well. So if you're thinking about what the keywords or what's the outline, get notes or ask it questions about it. What are the 3 key takeaways? And away you go. Right. So there we go. I'll read those 3 and I've saved myself 2 hours, 50 minutes. So this is a really cool tool that I'm playing with. And as I said, it's just a little bit behind the scenes of how we can do so many of these modcasts on a daily basis, because everything I do, I use AI for creating and editing, etc. So yeah, that's a good one for everyone to play with. And I think I've been using it for ages and it hasn't said can I have some money yet, please. So it looks like it's like with lots of these AI tools. I think they're trying to build up their following, so when they do their big raises, they can say we've got like Minmo and Satya using these all the time, so that's going to be worth like 10 billion already, right? So there we go.
Just I wanted to put a comment in with the great demos and showcasing the tools, Satya and Min. So my question here is, and I think many people in education and universities are going to use these kind of tools. Yeah. So how is it going to change the way you go to your lectures or to your classes, right? So I think education system, professors, they need to up their game or change the way they're doing things, right?
Yeah.
Because why would I go to a 2-hour lecture and sit there when I can just use it in 5-10 minutes and learn the key points?
Exactly. And in a style that you understand. I guess it's something that since the beginning of sort of communication and education, you know, when books got replaced by the internet, probably they had a similar conversation, said, why do we need to go to the library? There's all this stuff at to hand. And now we have AI, and then we'll have the next thing where we have the chips in our brains, and you know, it'll keep going. But yeah, really does make you wonder as to how are they really going to add value in the education going forward, where it's quite static and it's probably the same curriculum since the early days and it's not really moved. But yeah, perhaps we can pick that up as a topic for next week.
I would love to put more in it, like time of discussing about it.
Brilliant. We'll pick that up next week.